Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jeremy Adams, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
No evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern Podcast. I am Phil. Joining me as always, Master of the Corps, it is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And this time, and I'll put it up on the screen momentarily, yes, we are covering Sins of the Star Sapphire from Green Lantern Corps 29 through 32.
Good little 4-issue arc.
Yes, and of course, I'll give you a brief little review of Green Lantern number 5 that came out this week.
Looking forward to hearing about that.
Oh, I don't know if I should spoil it. Well, I don't know what this. There's at least a thing or two. I don't know if I want to spoil for you. It's Sinestro up to full Sinestro.
Ooh, going full Sinestro. That's never good for anybody.
Oh, no. Yes. Yes, because there you go.
Rage of the Red. That seems to imply a red ring to me, but
perhaps. Yeah, I mean, it starts with Sinestro and basically making a announcement to the world about how Earth's become complacent. You elect politicians that weaponize greed. You have let the lawless run rampant in your streets. You have allowed your children to be exploited, your females to debase themselves, and your men to whimper about what goes on around them without ever lifting a finger to help. You've claimed weakness as strength, but no longer. So it's like you must.
I think I saw that in the preview pages. There was like 3 or 4 preview pages, I think.
Oh yeah. So they might get put out like the first 2 or 3 pages, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, he's taking control of both those the drones that Ferris Air was. So of course Hal goes out to try to like shoot those down, but then you thought the thing with the super speed guy, with him having to make a construct to travel at super speed. Oh, he pulls a ring trick this time that's quite brilliant. He gets some help with. I don't want to spoil too much, but yes,
okay.
But yeah,
something to look forward to.
Yes, he pulls off something very yeah. And once again, he goes in the high orbit, and he's like, "Up, can't go too high, or else that ring's gonna cut out." And again, he also uses another trick. I won't give it away, but that they can do with this ring, but not the old ring. So.
Oh, okay, cool, very cool.
So yeah, and then towards the end of the first story, yeah, we get the Hal and Sinestro come face to face, and.
Hilarity ensues.
Well, he's it's basically like, no, I didn't need fear. He's like, thank you, Jordan. He's like, you have filled me with rage.
So I am looking forward to reading that one.
Yes,
awesome.
Jeremy Adams playing with that, and then. Okay, this is part 2. So you never told me, what did you think of the backup from last issue with the supposed son of Sinestro?
Sinestro's son.
Uh-huh.
I think it's interesting. I don't know if it ultimately matters if he is or not, if he believes it. But I don't know. The art is a little bit too cartoony for my taste. I mean, it's still good.
Yeah.
But, and I know Sinestro's the current, big bad. It just seems a bit disconnected from what's going on, even though, this kid's pretending to be Sinestro's son, or is Sinestro's son, I think I would prefer more pages of the main story. to be
Mhm.
honest. That's not to say it's a bad story. It's just, you know, why do we need a backup? You know?
Yeah, yeah. And again, I mean, I don't know if this is like an actual like orphanage or just like this guy keeping like these children around as like, like basically thieves or whatever. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I think the guy basically says something like like your mother dropped you off and never came back or something. So that got me thinking. I'm like, who's the mother? If Sylvester is the father,
Yeah.
is it gonna be someone we know, or is it just gonna be
Some random person.
random Sinestro groupie? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, please no on who it might be. Um,
Oh, not Cat. I was gonna say you're not gonna say Cat Matui, are you?
yeah, no, please don't
Yeah,
let
no,
it be
no,
that.
yeah, no. I mean, it's bad enough we haven't brought her back yet. Yeah,
Hmm.
don't be piling that on her
Yeah, that would be a little much, I
in
think.
hindsight.
So,
Yeah, yeah. John would not be pleased.
no, not at all. That might cause some problems for Sinestro.
Yes. And I know I sent you the picture weeks ago. I don't know if we ever mentioned it here. Kids, Hallmark has like a Green Lantern
Oh yeah.
power battery ornament. I think it's
Hmm.
only like $20. So
Looks really cool.
yeah, it does. It does. So
Hmm.
yeah, so if you're a big Lantern fan, yes, okay, can you hang that on your tree? Oh, it'd be cool if they had like a central battery that like lit up and like as like a tree topper or something. Because
Yeah,
they
if you
have
got
some.
close to it,
Yeah.
right?
See, I think I saw before. I think it was like $100, but I think it was at Hallmark. Somebody had it. I think it was like a tree topper, but it was like the Starship Enterprise. And it like lit up.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's very cool.
But it was like $100 tree topper. I don't know.
No Quantum Leap this week, right? Or that was
No. It was you know what? It was this week. Last week it was off. This week it was on.
oh, so I haven't watched it yet. Okay.
Yes. Oh well, you have time because now it's going to be off for another 2 weeks. It doesn't come back till like, I think the first week of December. So
Okay. Good episode.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Uh,
Not to brag or anything, but we did kind of talk to, Ben Robb.
yes. And you forgot to remind me to get a drop. Darn it.
Darn it. Oh
But
well.
yeah. But yeah, I hate that. It's like they take a week off, then they come back for one episode, then they take like another two off. It's like, I mean, I
Hmm.
get next week. I mean, next week is Thanksgiving, so I'm sure they don't want to put something on the day before because they're
Yeah.
always worried about ratings and stuff. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think it's December 6th or whatever that Wednesday is. Yeah,
Gotcha.
but that was a good episode. I mean, there was Magic wasn't in it. He took a personal day after that last episode, but
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah, my thought was, here's kind of what I think is going to happen, and I don't know that I have no inside information, even though we talked to Ben Robb.
yes,
uh, one of the things that Ben does is he helps people, right?
yes.
And
Ben
he's going to
Song,
be,
Ben
yeah,
Song. Yeah.
yeah, not Ben Robb, yeah, Ben
Well, I'm
Song.
sure he helps people
I
too.
said
But
Ben,
yes,
yeah,
you're talking about Ben Song. Yes,
the character in Quantum Leap,
yes.
yeah. Because of his absence, they need help. So he's going to end up helping each of them come to grips with
Oh,
whatever. At least that's kind of what I think, which I think is kind of cool because it's going to throw him with different characters than her. Yeah.
oh, oh,
Addison.
oh. I mean, this episode. All right, how do I tease this? Okay. Oh well, first it's what's her face? The head of security. What's
Oh yeah, I can't remember her name, but I know who you're
she
talking about.
at first she goes in as the hologram this episode,
Mhm.
but then something comes up. She can't go in. Ian can't go in. Magic's not available, so
Addison has to go
well,
in.
no. Addison's like, I can't go in. He said he didn't want to. So who do you think
Yeah.
they send in?
Did they send in Al's daughter?
No, they send in Addison's new man.
Oh,
Yes. And do you think it was uncomfortable?
Yeah, I think so.
Uh-huh.
Excellent. We'll have to watch that episode then. Oh, speaking of TV, we watched the end of Loki, and I have to say that season 2 was excellent.
Yes, I liked it better than
And
season 1.
yeah, and the ending I'm still thinking about. I'm like, okay, that's a really interesting way to end it, and I'm trying to, you know, think about the implications of that because it's this season was a really, really good season.
I was
The
I was like, you know what? It was kind of, so I guess it was good the Avengers went back in time and spawned a Kang or Loki variant who got away because
Yeah.
original Loki's dead. Yeah.
The end of episode 4, I was like, okay, these episodes are good, individually, and then the end of episode 4, I was like, what the? Because of the way it ends, and I'm like, okay, was not expecting that, and then the next episode where he figures some things out, and then the last episode where he ultimately figures everything out, and I thought it was a really, really good series.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh hey, did you see? I'm assuming we're gonna get to the Fantastic Four here. So did you see who's in? Nothing official, I think, but they said guess who's in talks to play Reed Richards?
Oh, I think I saw something, but I can't remember who it was.
Pedro Pascal.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes,
Well,
it's got Big Dad vibes. So
uh-huh. So he's gonna own every Disney franchise now.
hmm
At least the big two.
Well, cool. Anything else going on, man?
I don't think so. All right, so should we get to these issues? I mean, Guy Gardner's in them, but they are good.
Yes, exactly. But no, let's see. Next week or the week after, we'll get Green Lantern War Journal number 3. Is that right?
I think so. Here, let me look this up. Yeah, you know what? Unless the schedule's off, yeah, I think yes, it has not been coming like the
The week
after
after, I
the
thought.
yeah.
Yeah. hmm
Well, yeah, but yeah, I think it is number 3. If I can spell War Journal. What is the sound of one hand googling, kids? All right, Green Lantern War Journal number 3. Yeah, November 21st. So
Okay, cool. So
yes,
next week, have we decided if that's an ongoing now or if it's still a limited series?
I haven't been able to tell one way or another. So
Okay, well, cool. I mean, it's been good.
oh yeah. Oh wait, is this Jon Stewart fighting zombie bears on the cover?
It looks kind of like it. Yep.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember from last time. Hold on. Did Alan Scott come out the same week as War Journal?
I think it maybe did.
Hold on. I'll check. Uh,
And then there's the Jay Allen book, right?
oh yeah, the Jay Garrick book. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Garrick. Why did I say Allen? Because I'm
You're thinking Alan Scott. Oh no,
yeah,
Alan Scott number 2 comes out November 28th, so the week
the
after.
week
So
after.
well,
Okay.
that's still nice. There's 3 weeks in a row we get a Green Lantern book.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Very cool.
All right, kids and fans of Capes and Lunatics and everything that entails. Speaking of this week of the 21st, but it's the 22nd. DG Chichester has Daredevil Black Armor coming out, the first issue of the miniseries set during his 90s run.
Cool. Very
Yes.
cool.
Yes. Since Lilith and I talk to him every month, guess what we're going to talk every month when the new issue comes out?
Funny how that works out.
Yeah, talking to him about old stuff. Yeah, this is good. Fresh off the presses, because he's like, I'm trying to remember 30 years ago, but now it's gonna be hot off
I'm
the
trying to
presses.
remember today.
All right,
Nice.
so should we get to these issues?
Let's jump in.
All right.
Sins of the Star Sapphire.
Yes, and again, kids, well, there's no synopses for these, so yeah, we might just talk these as a whole. So like we said, Green Lantern Corps 29 through 32. 29's from December 2008. Oh, so we're going to get in the early 2009 here. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know what we're getting close to, kids.
Zombies.
That's right. And we'll make more new wallpaper for January and February.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, writer Peter Tomasi, penciler Patrick Gleason, inkers Drew Garassi and Rebecca Buckman, colorist Randy Mayer and Gabe Edelab, letterer Steve Wands, and editors Adam Schlauman and Eddie Berganza.
Cool.
All right, this letter will Rip Will. What do you think?
So, it sets up because you get some stuff with Guy and Ice, and
Yes.
they're kind of together, but then they kind of break up, right? And then you have the two Green Lanterns from Sector, what is it, 35?
Oh, the
He's-
married couple, yeah.
Married couple, yeah, and she's pregnant. But then this is
Mhm.
when this is when Kyle and Soranik and those two are hunting down Kryb, who kills Green Lanterns and steals their children, right? And I have to say, Kryb is creepy as all get out.
Oh yeah,
right?
looks like a giant bug or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And while that's going on, we get a visit to the homeworld of the Zamarons with Guy Gardner and a couple. We get Scar and another Guardian, and then Guy and Sodom Yat and Aricia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, then, and we get this young lady.
Oh yeah, Miri, I think.
Yeah, the newlyweds, and then they get attacked by Mongol and
who's just looking for some chow, man.
Whose arm is kind of just like what the power ring is just like holding his severed arm out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he kills the new husband. So that, he's destroyed love. I wonder who's gonna have a problem with that.
I don't know. What's the name of this arc again? Sins of the Star Sapphire.
But yeah, no, you mentioned the Guy Gardner stuff. Yeah, him and Ice are having like dinner or whatever on Oa, and he asked her to move in and basically live on Oa, and she's like, I have a life on Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be like, why can't you commute?
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Guy. Why can't you commute? Well, because I'm needed here.
I mean, that's a hard ask. I mean, one, leaving the Earth, and two, it's like she'd be the only one on Oa who's not a Green Lantern or a Guardian, right?
Oh well, I don't know. What about the cooks and the staff of the Warriors too? So
maybe, yeah.
I would think that there would have to be a lot of general support staff people like on Oa, kind of maintaining the Guardians and the stuff of Oa, right? But I don't know. We never really see them.
Yeah, I never know if like they usually give that job the rookies or But yeah, you're right. I guess they would need somebody. Oh, and again, hey, Jeremy Adams, you're the guy to answer this. Whatever happened to those people from the Mosaic?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they all got evacuated in time, but
Still.
Oh, or Philip Kennedy Johnson. What if those kids show up looking
with
for
the rings? Yeah.
They're all angry and have attitude, grown up and have attitude now. Yeah.
Well, I can't believe that Mosaic has been. It's been almost 30 years ago that it started, right? Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Or has it been 30 years? Because when did it start? Did it start 92, 93?
I think maybe 93. So yeah, maybe it has been 30
I mean, we're almost at the end of 2023, Will. So
yeah, I know. I know, man.
So
I know.
I'd say it's probably been at least 30 years. So,
Mm-hmm.
or do we just sweep all that under the rug because it was written by he who will not be named?
Yeah, I think that's, and that's we've talked about this a lot. It's unfortunate because the rest of the creative team
exactly
are being punished because of his actions. And
it was a good story for that era and stuff. And yeah, like you said, the rest of the creative team deserves like the credit for stuff. Just like when we talk, just like when we talked to Jeff Johnson about the Wonder Man stuff.
yeah, same problem, same writer, So it looks like it started in 1992. So
Yes,
the
I just looked
first
it up. Yeah,
issue,
#1, June 1992. Yep. So it's been over 30 years.
wow,
Hmm.
man, does that make you feel old?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was a teenager then. Yeah, of course. Hell, 92. I was 14. So yeah, it kind of makes me feel old. Though.
I was older than a teenager then.
I know you were. But I'm just saying, yeah, does it make me feel old? Yeah, I was still in school. All right, so yeah. If you can squeeze that in, Jeremy Adams or Philip Kennedy Johnson, please do.
Yeah.
And hey, Philip Kennedy Johnson, I'm still looking for an interview. Come on. But yeah, then we see the Green Lanterns looking for Kryb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those two lanterns talk about. Yeah, they don't have to worry. They don't want to worry about the future of their unborn child.
Yeah, which is, kind of interesting foreshadowing. But
Oh,
I do like the fact that a baby gets sent back to Oa, to Salak. We don't find, because they come across the end of Kryb doing whatever, so boom. And at the end, we get, Salak and a baby. And after this third law is announced, a whole bunch of rings coming back in.
oh yeah. Should we say what that third law is?
I think we should.
What is it? No personal relationships, aka love, between members of the Green Lantern Corps.
Yep, exactly. Oh, which of course is um, because the Miri, the Star Sapphire, is there to help them against Kryb. She shows Soranik and Kyle
Yes,
that they have feelings for each other.
that's
So,
right. So yeah, because she becomes the new Star Sapphire because she's sitting there in the wreckage of this ship after Mongol's gone over the body of her husband or whatever, and she's about ready to kill herself. But yeah, that's when that ring shows up. Miri Riam of the planet Lartnek, you are capable of giving great love. But
yep.
the ring pretty much, has a whole conversation with her because she says she wants to be alone and die and, be with him. And she's like, yes, we can empathize with that.
However, you have the capacity for great love. So, welcome to the Star Sapphires.
Yes. Which again, I mean, that ring hits her finger. It's not like she just like energizes up. It almost looks like, you're getting like basically sapphires or something popping out of her skin. And
Uh-huh. And then she's brought back to, the Zamaron homeworld. Did they ever name the Zamaron homeworld?
If it wasn't like Zamaron or
Maybe. I couldn't remember if that was what it was called. So
yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, guy gets called in, so yeah, he has another Green Lantern take ice back to Earth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then we get a little 1 or 2 page sequence with the lantern that's going after the corpse of the Anti-Monitor.
Oh yeah. Yes, Sarah, not Spock's dad. Yeah.
Yeah, not Spock's dad. That's right, Sarek. Which is interesting because Scar has really kind of inserted herself into the other parts, and she is also one of the members of there's 2 Guardians that go to Zamaron, and she's one of them,
Oh
right?
yeah. Because Guy, Arisia, and what is it, Sonam Yat, kind of escort the Guardians to Zamaron. Yeah.
And there's some interesting kind of back and forth. Is this a diplomatic mission or a spy mission? All diplomatic missions are spy missions, dummy, is what basically the Guardian says. But then the instructions to Sodom Yat I thought were really interesting because he says, look, if they, don't want to let us leave or there's going to be trouble, use the power of Ion and destroy as much of this planet as you can, right?
Mhm.
Which is Guardians. Whatever they choose, if you choose the opposite, you're probably safe. You know?
Exactly. Hmm. So,
They
but
are consistent. They are consistent.
yeah,
Consistently wrong.
yeah, especially since the Zamarons have captured some of those loose Sinestro Corps rings. Yeah.
Yep, and drained them,
Mhm.
because they run them by there to show them that yeah, we can do this to these rings. So guess what? That means you too.
But yeah, the Zamarons are basically like, follow us, remain here. Guy, I like taking orders from hot babes on occasion, but this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah. So at this point in our build up to Blackest Night, we of course have the Green Lanterns. We have Sinestro Corps, so we have the green and the yellow.
Hmm.
Now we've got the violet, at the other end, Roy G. Biv, right? At the other end of the
Hmm.
spectrum. So on that side, we've not yet met the blue or the indigo tribe. And on the other side, we haven't met the red lanterns or
Orange.
the orange. So we're getting there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're here, and we're not rushing this, but
I mean, and that's one of the, I think, really smart things that the creative team did in coordination, between Jeff Johns and
oh, oh,
Peter Tomasi is slowly introduce these things so that we could get used to them, so that each new core kind of gets a focus so that we know what's coming. We know what they are about. We know what how they will play. We don't necessarily know how they're going to play into things, but we know that they are going to play into the Blackest Night prophecy and all that stuff. So it's 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 very well done. I mean, this book and the main Green Lantern book they work so well together during this time.
mhm.
They really, really do.
Oh yeah. Uh, Now I was trying to see if we were still in Secret Origin at this point. Like, what is this, January 2009 for the second issue? But no, I think it's going to be Rage of the Red Lanterns. So
Oh, okay. So we jumped. Well, we moved a little bit ahead because we did the previous
yeah, I
Green
mean,
Lantern
I
Corps
mean, yeah, we did like two or three
of
arcs
those arcs.
before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I
Hmm.
think we've kind of caught up where the both books are
Hmm.
in the present. Uh,
And by the way,
hmm.
trade paperback.
Oh, nice.
Sins of the Star. So it's got 27 and 28
Hmm.
plus 29 through 32 in here. So, and what's it a prelude? What does that say there, Phil? Does it say it's a prelude to something? I don't
Oh
know if that
yes.
might be.
What is this Blackest Night?
I don't know.
But I mean, and again, I mean, I guess the Guardians and the Zamarons could be like, have an uneasy tension between them and stuff. But I'm like, weren't these the ones who like didn't they have like an extended honeymoon and so in another
Yeah, I
dimension?
know.
I'm like, shouldn't this core, if no other, they be like closer to than any of them? But
You would think because they were guardians at one point or
mhm.
not. I mean, I think a lot of, and this is understandable. I think a lot of continuity that is um, not necessarily useful to the current storylines that are going on isn't necessarily ejected, right? It's
Yeah,
just kind of ignored. The whole. I mean, but some of that run is very much pertinent because Sinestro being in the Central Core,
hmm,
finding Parallax, that's a core plot point for Rebirth on, right?
yes,
So yeah, and honestly, I mean, I think this is, if you're writing one of these really long running series, I kind of think the best thing to do is just take and use what works for your story
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of ignore the rest. You don't have to retcon it. You don't have just ignore it, use what works for you, and then move on, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to use the past stuff every time, but I do like when writers are like, it seems like
Mhm.
almost maybe they're ignoring it. Then it's like, haha, I did remember this thing, and this is how I'm going to
Exactly.
use it to impact the present story. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that stuff too.
Uh, oh yeah, but the Guardians just giving the Zamarons the business. It's like, you think you can control love? Emotions are like a cancer and stuff. Yeah.
hmm
And then,
Which is an interesting turn of phrase from the Zamarons because I mean, look at Scar, right?
mm,
She is kind of like a cancer within the Guardians,
oh yeah. But yeah, basically the queen is like, how dare you try to tell us uh, how to live and bring peace and joy to this unit. And then it's like this critical judgment and analysis coming from the creators of the dreaded Manhunters and the Alpha Lanterns.
Yeah, they do mention, and then the response there is the Alpha Lanterns have another purpose that you don't know about. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Wonder what that is.
Oh. But here we go. I mean, maybe the truest sentence is just when the queen says, "Millennium after millennium, you simply keep trying to redeem yourselves for your innate incompetence and complete lack of understanding of what it means to have a soul."
Harsh words, but true
Yes.
words.
And guys like, okay, time out.
Yeah, it's bad when Guy's the one that's
Mhm.
trying to talk about calming down, right?
Mhm. But what about when they discover, they have the Zamarons have like a bunch of figures and like
Yep.
those crystals or whatever, and yes, one of them our old friend Fatality.
Yep. And then ultimately, because of the battle between the Lanterns and Kryb,
Mhm.
um, the Prees choose for Kryb to go to Zamaron to be transmutated or whatever the Zamarons are doing, brainwashed. I don't know, have their heart opened up or. Which
Uh,
is gonna cause problems for John ultimately because you're right, fatality's there, and I think that kind of comes back around in is that New 52?
Maybe I can't remember. Yeah, again, it's been a long time since I did the reread, so
hmm
we will find out. But yeah, the Guardians basically asked the Zamarons, "Are you going to stop this proliferation of power?" No. Okay, we're
Yeah.
going. We're leaving.
Bye.
Hmm.
By the way, Sodom, yeah, don't blow the planet up. Okay, just so we're clear, don't blow it up.
Yeah, and then the Cow and the others is trying to track down Kryb.
hmm
Mm,
And she does make an interesting observation, but when she has the four of those lanterns under control, about how strong Kyle's will is, you
oh
know?
yes. Well, yeah, greatest Green Lantern.
Except for Hal.
Yeah. But yes, the end of this second issue is the one where the Guardians, yes, come up with the third law.
hmm
Physical relationships and love between Green Lanterns is forbidden within the Corps. So, okay, I don't get this. So, Guy's relationship with Ice would be okay because she's not a Green Lantern, but
Yep.
it's still going to generate love in a Corps member, though.
I know. It's so again, it goes back to what the Queen Agapo said, right? Their total lack of understanding
Yeah.
of what
Or
it's like to live.
Or is it just like the core is ours? We can control what the core does because they're our soldiers, but outside of that, we can't. We can't control other sentient beings or whatever.
I, I, it's I don't know. And I think you make a very good point there, because I think, at least right now, this plays into that whole militarization of the Corps and the Guardians seeing them as soldiers, right?
Yeah.
And then explicitly granting them the ability to kill because a war is coming, right? Which we've talked a lot about, historically, this shift to the more militaristic versus you know more police
Mhm.
versus military, which I'm sure we could dive into again, but um, I think that's a really good observation, is that yeah, they're our soldiers, so we can tell them what to do
Mhm.
until they choose not to be.
Exactly. Oh man, this cover, the 31, is yeah, Kyle, but he's kind of seeing it through Crib's little baby
Yeah,
sack or whatever there. Yeah.
yeah, whatever that, yeah, baby sack.
Whoa,
I don't
whoa, whoa.
know.
Uh, so yeah, so apparently all the Guardians agree. Yes, we're gonna put this new law in.
Hmm.
Oh, but then yeah, back to the Green Lanterns. The wife of that couple, yeah, saves the baby. Crib was after, and then
Oh, she's the one that sends it back to Kryb. I mean, back to Salak. Yeah.
yeah,
Salak and a baby, I think, is just kind of a really cool image, at the end of
exactly.
the.
But yeah, but Cal freaks out because he's like, enough of this death.
Yep.
Seeing this dead Green Lantern is like, killed just because he was a father.
Yep.
Mm, basically, just starts beating on that Crib. No more, no more. But no, he says, you've stolen your last baby. I should leave you here to cook because the thing, the whole sector house is exploding. Oh no, it's gonna hit
Oh,
the
yeah.
surface. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you
And
think about?
then,
Mm,
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say no. Crib taking over most of the lanterns.
I thought that was an interesting thing. How come their rings didn't protect them? And she actually gives an explanation for how, her ability works, right? And um, I like the fact that Kyle was the one, to come out from underneath it. And then he
Mhm.
uses the ring to purge her influence from Soranik and uh, the husband, father of the other one. But we still end up losing a Green Lantern, as she's fighting Kryb, right?
Yeah. Well, I
And
mean,
then
yeah.
because
Well,
she wants to straight up kill her.
yeah, yeah. Uh, oh yeah, I guess she comes in and is like, yeah. Then we see Mongol kind of basically making another pit stop.
Yeah. And then finally Miri, the Star Sapphire, shows up, to help
Yes.
Kyle and the other Green Lantern, while Soranik and the mother and the father are, bubbled up to try and deliver the baby.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's quite the construct. That fetus, like basically feeding on.
Yeah, yeah, she made a baby to beat on Kryb.
I mean, it's
Cool.
still got the umbilical cord attached. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's quite the visual.
It is quite the visual.
Oh yeah, it's Amni Pre and Matu Pre. So,
Hmm.
uh,
They're 35.1 and 35.2, I believe, right?
yes, yeah, Amni is the wife. Yeah,
Hmm.
Amni and Matu. But yeah, so yeah, Amni's on her own because yeah, Kryb takes over the rest of the Green Lanterns.
Hmm. And then she beats on her with that baby construct, which is cool.
Yeah, but at the end of 31, it looks like Crib's gonna like cut the baby out of her.
Yeah.
As the lanterns are holding her down. I mean, that's a dark ending there.
That's pretty dark. It is indeed.
All right, then wait, nope, I kind of jumped ahead here. All right, issue 32. Yeah. I forgot. I believe this month it was a Faces of Evil. They basically put a villain on every cover. So yeah, Kryb's on the cover of this.
Ah, that's right. I remember that.
Mm. So yeah, like you said, Cal breaks free of the influence first, yeah, and then purges it from ever. Basically, just rings up some kind of construct to just purge whatever the gas or whatever out of everybody's system. But yeah, that other female lantern goes with Cal and ends up getting killed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Sornik has to deliver the baby. Basically cesarean.
Yeah.
I love when Cal's like charging Kryb and the ring's like Sinestro Corps of Sector 3599 on a collision course with Cal's like, thanks for the update, ring, but I'm in the mood for a little game of chicken.
Yep. And the next is them just boom, right?
Mhm.
Coming together.
So yes, and then as all this is going on, the Guardians decide this is the time to send that third law out.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, the Star Sapphire shows up to help, and yeah, Amni and Matu's baby has been delivered. Yeah, Kryb's like, finish me, and yeah, Cal's like, no, we're not going to do that. He's like, you're going to a nice size Salanoa where a lantern named Voz is going to make sure you're very uncomfortable for the next 100 years.
Yeah. I really like too the way that we've the way we're building up to Blackest Night is we reintroduced the yellow with Sinestro Corps War, right? So we had Sinestro with a yellow ring, and that's one of the first things that we got. Was that Green Lantern 7, I guess, 6 or 7 from the Silver Age, right? And it wasn't long after that we got Star Sapphire.
Yes.
And here we have the Star Sapphire. So reincorporating them into the mythos, right, before we really expand it out to all the other colors, I think is really smart.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, Cal wants to take Kryb in, and was KT-21 wants to kill Kryb. For her trouble, gets crushed with like the baby cage on his back is basically, or hers, whatever, crashes KT-21. So
yep,
kills her, but then Star Sapphire helps take down Kryb.
And then they choose to have her go to Zamaron instead of going to Oa and a Scythel, right?
Yep. Because they make the choice. Yeah, because
we choose love. We choose love today, I think, is what she says.
Yeah, I think something about you two make the call, and they're like, yeah, no, today's about love. So yes, send Kryb to Zamaron. But yeah, that's hold on, the app was acting funky here.
This was a really good little arc, and I have to say, when I picture Guy Gardner, it's the way Patrick Gleason draws him. I think he kind of draws the definitive Guy Gardner, at least in my mind.
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay, so is that supposed to like be a subtle reference to, oh hey, if these lanterns are going to choose the path of, oh hey, let's kill Sinestro Corps members, bad stuff's going to happen to them?
It seems kind of on the nose, but yeah, I think that's really what it means. Is that's not the right way. But
like if we go whole hog on these new laws, bad things are going to happen.
Yeah, but we had Guy, kill one of the Sinestro Corps.
Yeah.
Twin thingies, whatever that was, back in the previous arc, right?
Yeah. But again, even at his craziest, Guy was like, yeah, no, that should still be a last resort and stuff. And
yeah.
Oh yeah, like you said, Salak gets the baby that sent, and then you see all those rings come flying in.
Yep.
Oh, and then the last page, yes, we see Mongol heading for Daxam.
wonder what's going to happen with that.
Better be bringing some lead.
A lot of pencils.
Oh, a yellow number 2 pencil going to take out Alan Scott and the whole Green Lantern Corps.
Exactly. Especially Sodom Yat.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, this was a good arc, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm. And I think the art team is really gelled because I think they're really doing, they're doing some really good work. I mean, and I think that was, coming even from the last arc that we were reading, in the core book has got a really solid team on it right now.
Oh yeah.
During this time, and it's really good.
And I mean, just the colors too. Like, I mean, the Green Lantern stuff that it's the Star Sapphires and like even Mongol when he's using that like the yellow power rings and stuff.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so yeah, well, I mean, we're getting closer, kids.
The blackest night is coming.
Yeah, that's right. Again, we're only like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 more episodes before we get the blackest night, kids.
Wow.
Again, it's January, first week of January, man, blackest night. Then you're gonna ride it out for 3 months.
There's a lot to Blackest Night.
Oh yeah, because we're doing all the crossovers, all the miniseries. Yes,
everything.
Anything and everything you wanted to know about Blackest Night. Stay tuned.
We're gonna go through it.
That's right. All right. Anything else, William?
I think that's it.
All right. So yes. So next week we're gonna get to back to the Green Lantern book, Green Lantern 36 through 38, and Final Crisis, Rage of the Red Lanterns #1 for, you guessed it, Rage of the Red Lanterns.
Nice.
And then in 2 weeks we'll be back to the core book, Green Lantern Corps 33 through 38, Emerald Eclipse. And then the week of Christmas, we'll get to Green Lantern the week before. Green Lantern 39 through 42, Agent Orange.
Yep.
And then, yes, the last week of the year, we're going to take a little pause. And for episode 150, we're going to cover Green Lantern Earth 1, Volume 1 and 2. So
excellent. Looking forward to it. We got big plans.
Take a breath before we lose it during Blackest Night.
That's right.
All right, kids. So yes, so send us all your thoughts on all that. Send your thoughts on this one. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon. Please subscribe to the Patreon. Lilith and I just record one of the episodes we just recorded was overrated celebrities, and trust me, it got crazy. All right, so find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right, Mr. Will Allred, Master of the Core, Master of the Quantum Zone, Master of Kickstarter, Master of Podcasting, Master of his own domain. Will Allred, where can people get a hold of you?
You can find me at Walred. That's at WALLRED at Gmail and Facebook and Twitter. I refuse to call it X, although I don't know how much longer I'll be sticking around there. Also at Blue Sky and probably on Mastodon, maybe on Instagram. I don't remember. Lots of places. If you can't find me, you're really not looking that hard. If you'd like to check out the comics that I write and create, you can do that with Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com. You can also check out Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And finally, you obviously have great taste because you're here listening to us chat about Green Lantern, which means you probably love Marvel's Quasar almost as much as we do. And if you'd like to find out more about Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
Hey, you boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
I am God. Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
And of course,
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
Oh my god, I can't believe we do that every week. All right.
I know, it's awesome. I can't believe they published that in Star Blast of all things. The Fantastic Four issue of Star Blast, right?
Yes. The
That made it
Falco,
past the comics code. Unbelievable.
as the 90s. Anything up past the comics good. Pretty much. All right.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Let's not forget, even
Yeah.
though he didn't make an appearance this time.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
I do.
I, of course, love Kyle Rayner. All right.
That needs to be a drop. That needs to be a
That's
drop.
I gotta make that drop. Yes. All right, kid. And love coming in. Sinestro did nothing wrong. All right, kids. Yes, come back next week for Rage of the Red Lanterns, followed by Emerald Eclipse and then Agent Orange. And then we wrap up the year with episode 150. And then the first quarter of 2024, Blackest Night.
The Blackest Night will be here.
That's right. All right, kids. Come back next time. And remember, the power of love, it is a curious thing. Makes one man weep and a guardian sing. Good night.
Nice.